Today I want to show you how I made this orchid with Legos, so please join me. Welcome to the Bold Encourager. I'm Rebecca. If you're new to this channel, I post lifestyle and faith videos, and if that interests you, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So today I'm going to show you how I made this particular orchid out of Legos. And I was excited to make this because I don't know about you, but I've always liked orchids. It's my favorite flower, but they're very hard to keep alive, at least for me at least. Maybe you're better at it. I'm good at succulents or cactus. I'm good at other plants, veggies and such, but I'm not very good with orchids or flowers. So I found this very interesting that you can use a Lego set to make flowers, and I was like, hey, I'm in. This is my favorite flower, and I always wanted one, and I'm going to be able to put it in my office now. And actually found a lot of different Legos they make that are for flowers. So this was $29.99. I definitely think it's worth it because a lot of times you probably pay that much or more for the real thing, but this is not going to die. So, and it's fun to put together. So I'm going to show you step by step how I put this Lego orchid together. First, let's start by unboxing the Legos. As you can see, when you pull it open, it's kind of like a little box, and then it's going to come with two big packages full of Legos. So there's two sets of Legos that you're going to unbox, and then there comes with a manual that tells you exactly how to put this together. You want to follow the pictures exactly to a T, because it will not lead you astray. So just always look at the pictures. First, we're going to start with the platform, and I just mimicked what I saw on the pages as far as the platform goes, and then put it together with the two brown colors that it comes with it. And my technique was to take all the ones that I needed to do for each page and put them in piles next to each other, so I would have it set up, and that way I would be able to put it together. So the foundation is the most important one, so take your time putting this one together, because if you mess up, you're going to find out a couple steps later, like I did, and you'll end up going back to the previous step to fix whatever you did to go move forward. So it didn't happen on this particular part, but it will happen in a future step. But in this step, I was able to put together the foundation pretty well. I mean, this one was fairly easily. I just followed the pictures. As you can see, I'm showing you how I matched it up with the picture on the manual. And then also these little tiny circles come in a little bag, but you want to put those on the foundation as well and put them where they match the picture on the manual, as you can see. I'm just showing you what it looks like, and as you can see, it matched it up. So that was how I completed the foundation. Then I went to this step. Now this step is where I kind of messed up, but I did this correct, where I added the four little legs that are here, and see with the black part, I put it with the Lego at the top, but I needed to put the Lego on the bottom. So I did that incorrectly. I did do it correctly where it clicks to the side with where the beige little Legos are. See, I did that correct, but I didn't face it in the correct direction. I'm going to show you that in the next step where I messed up. But that's why I'm showing you this video. So if there's anything I mess up, I'm going to tell you about it so you don't do the same mistake I did. Because it was kind of hard to see in the photo, but see, the Legos are sitting up when they actually should be facing down. As you can see in this picture, they are facing down here. Otherwise, you will not be able to attach the remaining parts like this step. So after you've done that correctly, how I messed up, I showed you that. You add the half circles to create this. Basically, what you're creating here is the bottom of the pot, and then you're putting the legs on the bottom of the pot here, so that you have a perfect orchid flower pot going. This is the foundation of it. So it's very important to do this right. And you'll see that I had to go back a step later on after this to form the rest of the flower pot. But I already showed you where I did it incorrectly, and I showed you how I made it come out correctly. So now we're putting the base on top of the flower pot, and you're gonna see that when you put it together, it has to be able to sink in. So that's why I had to go back and correct the last step. But once I figured that out, I was able to put these on top because that's how I could move forward. And I created the perfect orchid flower pot. Now, my husband, you can see his hands there. He had to show me what I did wrong there. But ended up, that was the only part he had to help me on, and I was able to complete the rest of it. And so I put the 2 red dots in there to connect it, and then of course the brown block on top of that with the remaining beige blocks. Now I'm building, as you can see, the pink part of it. This is important because this will determine how the rest of the pot is put together. So pay close attention when you're doing this side. Make sure you have the 2 pink, the 1 white, and the gray part, and that kind of doubles up on the other side. So you kind of duplicate this step with the white, the pink, and the gray Lego, and you put it in there like so. So I did this correctly. But this part is where I kind of had to, as you can see, the other side, it was already down because I did that other side incorrectly, but I'm showing you how to do it correctly on this one. So basically you want to make sure the yellow, the white, and the gray are all correct that I did. And then make sure the gold part is correct. That's where I had messed up on this step, but I'm showing you how I'm doing it correctly here though. And so you're going to add the gold, but making sure that it matches exactly the picture and there's no space in between, because I had made one that had space in between and that's where I went incorrect. Then I put it in, and as you can see in the picture, the one on the other side was not correct. So then that's where I corrected it and made it identical to the one I just showed you, making sure there's no space where the gold is. And then I was able to put that on the other side, and then they both looked identical. So this is part of a learning curve here, but it actually really was a lot of fun once I got the hang of it. And those were the 2 main only areas where I really did make an error. And after that, I was paying very close attention to the pictures and making sure everything matched. And there is your perfect flower pot, almost done. And then you put you're starting up a new little foundation with the beige, and you're adding little brown clippy things here. This is gonna set the stage for you to connect your flower to it. So these are very important. So make sure those match. And then how you have to align the top of the flower pot. I like how I'm showing you in the picture here. Make sure they all align when you're putting it on, or it won't station down. It won't clip down. And once you've done that, you have your flower pot. It looks really neat, huh? It's crazy how things come out of nothing. And this is part 2. You get the part 2 of the Legos, and you start on basically making the flower. And so you put the red in the green with the yellow, and also you put it into the black. There's 2 of them, 2 black holes that you put it into. It's going to hold down your flower, like your flowers and your leaves. So this part is important as well. So make sure it's done correctly and matches the picture exactly. Now I'm going to put the leaves together. So I put it's a lighter green dot, and it goes on the back of the leaf to keep it together. And of course you need the gray to hold the 2 leaves together to make it stay together. And of course that lighter green dot, and that actually keeps it connected. And then you put the brown on top, these clippies on top. This is what's going to help the leaves move around. That's what makes this really cool. I love that part, that you can actually move the leaves up and down. It makes it more realistic that way, so you can kind of move them around to however you want them to be stationed. So that was fun. And now we're going to put together another type of leaf. So you're going to use the lighter green platform with the darker greens that clip over it, and you're going to make it look just like the picture to form a leaf. And so you're using these corner green, and it makes it easier when you have it all in your hand. You can look at the picture and make sure they match up with the different pieces. Then I put the gray part right here. This is what's going to hold the leaf on, and basically here you have like an angled green, lighter green. Then you continue on to the second leaf that you see here on the picture, and you make it look identical to the last leaf. And you put that together, and that's what's going to make you have two perfectly shaped leaves to add to your platform. I think this actually is a really great gift for Mother's Day, or maybe something you could do with your mom. I just think it's an amazing way to do a flower, and it's something so memorable. So if you, or even just somebody for Valentine's Day or something, I mean, I think it's great. So consider this as a good gift too for somebody. If maybe if they don't want to put it together, you can put it together for them, and it'd be something that you made, and it will be more personable. Now we're going to work on putting these, it's the brown stick that goes behind the leaves together. So it comes with this, these little brown ones, and then you connect it with the black Lego. It's going to kind of be a very strong foundation for where you're going to put all your little flowers on, but make sure you form that well. And so you're going to put together the green part of the stick that comes with it, and so they all connect together with the red, and then you're having the green on the outside, and then you're basically connecting it with the black option here. It's to go ahead and put it right next to the brown stick. That's hard to explain here, but you're matching the picture. So you have you have the brown stick and the green part of it, so that it all connects really well to form this beautiful flower. And then you keep building on the brown with the other brown Legos and keep building it up. So here you go. It's coming together. Isn't it looking great? I just love this. It's so much fun. And so then you're going to take the green and the black connectors and connect them to form a really long, basically branch that you're making here for to connect the flowers to. So you're going to keep connecting the green and the black to it until you form a very long, I guess you would call it branch or stick. I don't know what you call it. And so when it's completely formed and you have used all the pieces up, you're going to put it in there. And so you're ready to make some more fun things here. And this is going to be, kind of looks like a little cactus here, but it's not. It's basically to form a bigger part of the branch. So you make it look exactly like the picture with the green little parts, putting it together, and that's going to form, it's a very beautiful flower piece that comes to starts your flowers up, and you just keep connecting the green and there's little blooming areas that form, and this is really cute. I like this. I like it. So I'm connecting the flowers that haven't bloomed quite yet, and that just makes this look more realistic. It's kind of fun, right? And that goes on the very top. So there you go. You're moving it along, and now we're going to put the black with the green pieces here, and that's going to go on the side right there. That's going to be where you eventually put all your flowers. So you keep putting the little pieces together and put them in the little holes to form, and you're going to have 3 of these. This part right here, there's 3 of them. You're making 3 identical pieces, and you're putting them in to the little slots here where you had put the black spots. And then you're going to form the flowers. So you're going to add, it looks like a little ring, and you have a little thing that puts it in the ring, and you put your petal attached to it. And sorry, my camera kind of faded out. And then on the green part, you're putting the pink petal that comes with it and connecting it to that other part of the petal. and then you have your top, which is the really pink part. And so you have basically 5 of these that you've made. Now you're going to make all the petals go on there. So you see there's all these clippy things. Well, that's connects to that ring looking thing that they have there. And then you put it all, you put those kind of, they kind of look backwards, but once it's done, it's going to look really cool. I promise you. So that one flew off, but I'm going to put back on here. And then I'm going to put the other pieces of the petal on, as you can see. And then you put the orange part, and it's kind of looks like a little, I don't know, saber tooth thingy looking thing. And it goes in the middle of that orange one, and then you poke it into the pink part. And it looks really neat at first. You're like, what is this contraption? Very interesting, but it matches the picture, so that's what matters. You put another petal, and you put those petals, they connect all like on that, and then the gold part goes on here. So basically you're just connecting these, clipping it to where it goes there. Then you're putting that gold piece on there so it clips to that gold ring again, you know. So you got this perfect looking flower. You got 5 of these practically, and you're clipping them on to the main piece here. And here you have a beautiful orchid. Isn't that amazing how this turned out? I hope you really enjoy this because it was really fun for me too. Well, it wasn't it so awesome? Okay, so I'll be honest with you, it took me about 4 hours to put this together, but it was totally worth it. It's a lot of fun. I like doing kind of puzzle things, so this was a lot of fun to put together. It does take time and patience because you got to make sure you look at every page and make sure you do it correctly. But once you get into it, into the flow, you're going to enjoy this because it's kind of relaxing to put something together, in my opinion anyways. And it's fun because as you're seeing it come together, you're watching it come from nothing to this. And so you see the fruit of your labor, basically. So I really did enjoy putting this together. And I would like to do more of these particular flower Legos sets. So if this really was something you enjoyed, please comment down below that you'd like to see me do more of these because I'd like to know. Also, like the video. Also, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It helps me out so much. And if you don't mind, share it as well if you could. Anything helps, right? So I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please don't forget to do those things. Also, if you haven't followed me on social media, please follow me on social media. The links are down below. If you haven't hit that notification bell yet, please hit that notification bell and you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Well, I hope you have an amazing day, and I hope you stay encouraged.